Okay, so here's my entire life story in about 30 seconds. So I was scrolling through Netflix as a kid because I was bored and wanted to watch things, and found the show called Glitter Force. And there's a girl with pretty pink hair, so of course I started to watch it, and it immediately became my favorite show of all time. I watched it through preschool, kindergarten, and first grade. I kind of forgot about it during second grade. Tried to rewatch it in third grade, but only got through 2 episodes. A few years later, I got back into Glitter Force again, but this time I knew how to Google search. So I was Google searching things about Glitter Force and found out that it was a dub of this other anime called Pretty Cure, and they changed all their names. Who could have known? So yeah, now I'm a pretty big Pretty Cure weeb now, and I know the truth about Glitter Force. And let's just talk about the disaster that this dub was. I feel so bad saying it was a disaster because this dub was my freaking childhood. But at the same time, Barty was also my freaking childhood. So let's talk about some of the things that made Glitter Force like an absolute disaster and why it's frowned upon for the whole entire Pretty Cure fandom. So with that being said, let's start the video. Okay, so to start things off, they literally changed the name of every single character in the show, and I would understand if the names sounded a little bit like the Japanese names, like in Glitter Force Doki Doki. There's a character named Makoto. One more thing, if I say any of these Japanese names wrong, then I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. So anyway, there's a character named Makoto, and she was changed to Mackenzie, and I say that's a decently good switch, but in this one, it was Yuki to Emily, Akane to Chelsea, Yayo to Lily, Nayo, yeah, I definitely said that wrong, to April, Enrika to, I forgot her name, Chloe. What? Oh my god. They also changed the names of the magical girls. So they changed it from Kier to Glitter. Why? Yeah, it's girly, but Kier is so much more creative. You're Happy to Glitter Lucky, and can I just say that literally, Yuki was such an unlucky person. There was an entire episode about it. It was ridiculous. I'm not gonna get into the other ones. They didn't dub 8 freaking episodes. And why? It's because, well, one of them was a bit understandable for being a little inappropriate, hair licking, but the other ones, I don't know all of them, but it's like, one was just about a crush, okay, some of them had Japanese, okay, no child will actually care. One was an emotional story about Yayo's dad. Do you know how many people would have loved to see that? A story character relating to themselves. Everyone would have loved that. The worst thing the show has done, and another reason why I'm so mad, is because Pretty Cure is a show that gets me into the motions. I cried 3 times during an episode of Delicious Party Pretty Cure. Hugto is one of my favorite seasons because of how emotional it was, and it's so sad that one of the best things about Pretty Cure was taken away in this season, and don't get me started on these endings. These endings are so bad. I had an entire conversation with my friend about how bad these are. The endings are so bad, it's an embarrassing look for Netflix. The endings are so bad, they deserve their own rant session in this video. So, where do I even begin? Look at these models. What the flip are these? Like, they don't show facial emotions, and it was weird, just plain weird, and really weird. Some of the dances were super weird and a little bit disturbing. I'm so sorry I had to grace your eyes to that. I apologize so much. I'll give them credit where credit is due. The songs actually weren't horrible. There are some that I'm definitely like, yeah, these aren't too good. But there are some songs that I definitely do think are catchy. So don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they're better than the Pretty Cure songs. The Pretty Cure songs have dominated this universe. They are some of my favorite. Despite how much I'm ranting about how absolutely terrible this dub was, I will get a credit. I will say there is one pretty big positive about it. It exists. Okay, so I know how confusing that sounds, but hear me out. A ton of people in the Pretty Cure franchise know about Pretty Cure because of Glitter Force. It was the starting roots of pretty much a lot of the Pretty Cure franchise, the fandom, and without Glitter Force, the fandom wouldn't be as nearly as big as it is today, and without Glitter Force, I wouldn't be watching my favorite show. So, despite how crappy you are, you did do good for this world. Just a little bit. So, to sum everything up, Glitter Force was terrible, it was unnecessary, it didn't need to exist, and despite all the negativity it got from the Pretty Cure fandom, there was a sequel! Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I actually didn't write a script for this video. I winged the whole thing. You might have been able to tell. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. I make a lot more videos on Pretty Cure. I also make videos on Invader Zim, Undertale, Scenario, and Steven Universe. So, goodbye.